I'm Evan Epstein, joined by Director of Player Operations and Field Manager Mark Weidemaier. Skip, you're back here for your second season with the Bismarck Larks. What are you most excited for this year?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank the Parks and Recreation and the city of Bismarck for providing us with this wonderful playing surface. I mean, it's I think it's great. I think it's a great addition. Along with that, I mean, I'm excited about the team. I've got my starting pitching rotation pretty much set up right now. Our opening night starter in Mankato is a young man from Concordia, Nebraska, Braxton Greenberg, and then the opening night starter here will be Kai Taylor. Kai was one of our all-stars last year from Augustana University. But yeah, we've got a young team, I think. We've got some speed, more speed we had last year. Obviously, there's some D1 guys that won't be here right at the beginning because they're still involved in postseason. But all in all, that's why we got a scoreboard. They keep score. We'll see what happens.
You talk about the team. The Larks have 13 returning players this season. What does it mean to have such a large core that played here for the Larks last year?
Well, number one, I think it means they liked it. They enjoyed being here, right? But I also think from a leadership standpoint, it's always good to have guys that have been here with the experience and know my style and my expectations, and they can help the other guys. I think it's a big plus.
You talk about the leadership and leading, but maybe looking at the on-the-field performance, returning all-stars, Kai Taylor, Kyle Vidston.
Right.
What is the impact of having guys who have proven success on the Larks?
Yeah, I mean, it's all, it's all positive. I mean, guys that have, number one, had a good season here. Number two, made the all-star team. I mean, it's a feather in their cap, but also, it's a feather in our organization's cap.
You mentioned the handful of players that are coming from big D1 schools like Texas, Oklahoma, St. John's. When you have such a mix of ball players from D1, D2, D3 in the Northwoods League, what impact do those kind of big-name D1 players have?
I'm not sure they do, to be honest with you, because you'll see, I mean, in this league, because it's a wood bat league, some of the guys that put up relatively huge numbers at very, very good schools. The wood bat's an equalizer here. I mean, it humbles guys. So I think it's just a matter of good players. I don't care if they're coming from, Texas or Georgia Southern or East Mississippi Community College. I think it's all about individual talent and their ability as a player. And I think they find out in a heartbeat, to be honest with you. We play a lot of games. They find out how bad they really want to play. And I mean, supposedly, this is a league that leads up into professional baseball, which I've been a part of for, most of my adult life. And it's a real test. I mean, it's very similar to the league that I was in years ago that they called the Northwest League, which was a short season A-ball league and pro ball. Same thing, 75 games, we play 70, very similar. It's a grind, we don't have days off. So, I mean, it tests their mettle, so to speak.
With the league being split up, so to say, 36 and 36 to decide who goes to the playoffs, in those early games, how do you try and balance testing everyone out and kind of fielding the most competitive lineup and finding out what that most competitive lineup is?
Well, you got to play different guys in the beginning, and you got to give everybody a chance to prove themselves. But, there is, honestly, it's almost a revolving door in this day and age because of the portal, because of the name, image, likeness, money that's out there. A lot of these guys, not many stay the whole season. I mean, last year, Hvidston, I think, made 50 games. And I think Eric Descends, whose father was a Major League pitcher for years, Elmer, or maybe it was, I think Hvidston was 52 and Descends was 50. And we play 70. I mean, it's tough, which, in my opinion, being a pro guy for most of my career, I'm like, I have college coaches tell me they won't send guys here. Well, my guys are tired. How can they be tired? I mean, you play, 50, 60 games in the spring in college? I mean, I ran 2 academies in the Dominican Republic. We had 16, 17-year-old kids that probably had 400 to 600 at-bats under their belt before they ever signed a pro contract. Average college player might get 180, 200. The key to baseball, to being a good baseball player, you have to play games. You got to play the game. Like, you can go to the cage all you want. You can go to the indoor facility all you want. It doesn't count until you get out here. And the only way you get better at it is to play a lot of it. You see what I'm saying? I mean, You guys are all young, I get it. But I mean, Dave Concepcion is a pretty famous name that played for the Cincinnati Reds for years, shortstop. Probably 20 years, along with spring training, 30, postseason, how many, 162. Every winter he went back and played winter ball in Venezuela. So who's getting tired? Are you kidding me? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. And I know that the team hasn't all gotten here yet. Players are starting to trickle in as we're talking right now.
Right.
But from putting this team together, from scouting, what do you think the biggest strengths of this team is going to be?
Speed, number one, because it plays on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. And I think we've got a better pitching staff than we had last year. As far as hitting power, like I said, the wood bat's a separator. We'll see what happens.
All right, Skip, one final question.
Bingo! Let's go! I like you!
What's it going to take for the Larks to make the playoffs this year?
Probably the manager not doing anything stupid to help us lose games, but other than that, we just got to play good baseball. Catch the ball, throw strikes. It's a wood bat league, fellas. Throw the ball over the plate. The defense will help you. It's 9 against 1. Throw strikes. Work fast. Change speeds. Hold runners close. Hum and a ha.
All right, Skip, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Bingo. Go Larks.